Hello everyone. If you think you can, then definitely you can. With this motivational thought in mind, let's begin today's video. We will be learning about the parametric form, another important form of derivatives. Now, before differentiating, let's understand what is a parametric form. So what is a parametric form? When two variables, for example, over here we are differentiating y with respect to x. If both the variables y and x, they depend on, they are expressed in terms of some third variable, let's say t, let's say theta, let's say z, any other third variable, then we say it is a parametric form, right? Over here what we have, x is equal to 2at square, y is equal to at4. Here a is definitely a constant, a, b, c, all these are constant. So x is expressed in terms of t and y is expressed in terms of t. So this is a parametric form. Now what we have to do, we have to find dy by dx. So what we will do for the first part, I will differentiate x with respect to t. So we will find dx by dt, it will be 4at. Then over here I will find dy by dt, it will be 4at cube. Now to find dy by dx, what will I do? I will just write dy by dt as we used to do in chain rule, dt by dx. So this will come out to be 4at cube. What do we observe? This is dt by dx, the reciprocal of the first part. So it will be 4at. So this will get cancelled. My answer will be t square. So that is the derivative of y with respect to x, right? Now next question 2. These are the questions of exercise 5.6 NCERT. So next, x is equal to a cos theta. So again it is expressed in terms of theta. So I will just find dx by d theta. Over here a is a constant, so a will be as it is. The derivative of cos with respect to theta will be minus sine theta, because d theta by d theta will be 1. Over here it is dy by d theta. So here it is minus b sine theta, d theta by d theta will be 1 definitely. So dy by dx will come out again as dy by d theta into d theta by dx. So over here I have minus b sine theta minus a sine theta. So this will be b upon a. Right? So next question we have, like question number 3, it says x is equal to sine t, y is equal to cos 2t. So the derivative of x with respect to t, over here it is dx by dt. So it is cos t. The derivative of t with respect to t will be dt by dt, that is 1, right? Similarly over here it is dy by dt with respect to t. Just observe with respect to which we are differentiating. If the same variable is present, then its derivative is always 1. So cos 2t, the derivative by chain rule, derivative of cos will be minus sine 2t, then derivative of 2t will be 2. So again what I will do, I will just find dy by dx. So it will be dy term over here. So we can write sine 2t as 2 sine t cos t. 1, 2 is already there. I will just divide it by cos t. So what answer will I get? Minus 4 sine t. Right? So this is how we will solve the questions. We will move on to next question, that is question number 4. Question number 4 is x is equal to 4t, y is equal to 4 upon t. So again just observe it as with respect to t. So 4 will be as it is, the derivative of t is 1, so answer will be 4. Over here it is dy by dt, again 4 will be as it is. 1 upon t. 1 upon t you can compare it as 1 upon x. Had it been 1 upon x, the derivative would have been minus 1 upon x square. Similarly, if it is 1 upon t with respect to t, the derivative will be minus 1 upon t square. So again dy by dx we will say will come out to be minus 4 upon t square into 4. So this will be minus 1 upon t square. Right? Similarly, let's move on to the next question. So dx upon d theta. Over here with respect to theta, and theta is over there. So derivative of theta will be d theta by d theta, which is 1. So cos theta, the derivative is minus sine theta. Over here again it is minus sine 2 theta. Then for 2 theta it is 2. Similarly dy by d theta, it is cos theta minus cos 2 theta into 2. So again dy by dx will be cos theta minus 2 cos 2 theta upon minus sine theta plus 2 sine 2 theta. Okay, even if I just open up the formula, then also I will not get anything. So we will keep our answer like this only. Or if you want, you can solve it further, but still you will not be getting and nothing will get cancelled. So we'll leave it like this. Next, moving on to next question, that is question number 6. So what we have in question number 6, it says it is x a theta minus sine theta. Then what is y? Y is a1 plus cos theta, right? So again we will find with respect to theta. So theta you can compare with x. The derivative of x with respect to x is 1. So derivative of y with respect to y is 1. Derivative of theta with respect to theta is also 1. So it will be 1. Derivative of sine theta is cos theta. Dy by d theta. This is a. Derivative of 1 is 0. For sine cos theta it is minus sine theta, right? Now what I'll do, I'll just find dy by dx. So dy by dx will come out as minus a sine theta upon a 1 minus cos theta. So we will cancel a over here. If you observe question number 5, here we were not able to do anything. But over here I can just apply the formula 2 sine theta by 2 cos theta by 2 upon 2 sine square theta by 2, right? So whenever we have this form, we will always apply the formula cos theta upon sine theta will be cot theta by 2, and we have a minus sign over here, right? So this is the solution of question number 6. So next what we have, question number 7. This is very important question. This has been asked in board exams a couple of times. So mark this question as very important question. See, students, when you are revising questions, in a particular exercise, there are sometimes 10 questions, 15 questions. So whatever questions you feel like are important or where you were having slightest problem in solving, try to mark those questions as important or do write certain points over there, so that whenever you revise, it's not possible to revise all 10 questions. So you will be able to just focus on the keywords or key areas or key steps, right? So this is one of that particular question. So what we have, we will just write dx by dt with respect to t. Since it is in division, what we will do, we will apply quotient rule. So by quotient rule, this denominator as it is, the derivative of numerator. Numerator, when I observe it is sine cube t. So when we differentiate sine cube t, what will happen? Power, function, angle, chain rule. So power means 3 sine square t. The derivative, I can just cross the power. The derivative of sine is cos and t derivative is 1, right? Then minus sine cube t will be as it is. The derivative for root cos t, you can take it as root cos x. So it is 1 upon 2 root cos 2t, power first, then the function. The derivative of cos is minus sine 2t, and then the angle, which is 2, right? So 2 and 2 I can cancel. Over here it is cos 2t. Then we will take LCM for this and this. So this will be cos 2t. This is 3 sine square t cos t plus sine cube t sine 2t. And after taking the LCM, this will be cos 2t and under root of cos 2t, right? So this is how it will appear. Now what I will do, I will just take common. In place of this particular sine 2t, what I will do, I will just write 2 sine t cos t, right? So in place of sine 2t, I will just write this so that when we take common, it is easy for us. So over here what we observe, it is sine square t. I can take it as common cos t. Okay, so we will just take sine square t and cos t common. So let's see what is left. So what I have 3 cos 2t over here plus 2 sine square t. Cos we have already taken outside. Sine and sine cube will be 4. So 2 I have taken outside. 2 will be left inside along with the t part, right? So over here we will write cos 2t and under root of cos 2t, right? So this is my dx by dt. Now I'll find my dy by dt. So what will be dy by dt? Dy by dt will be under root of cos 2t. Then again cos cube t by chain rule, power, then function, and then angle t derivative is 1. Over here again I will just write cos cube t. The derivative for this will be 2 root x. Then it is plus sine 2t and then it is 2. In the denominator we will have cos 2t 2t. We will take the LCM. So it will be cos 2t minus 3 cos square t sin t plus cos cube t. In place of sin 2t, I'll just write the formula that we did in the previous question like this. So it is cos 2t cos 2t. So now I'll take common again. So common will be, we can see it is cos square t and sin t. So let's see what is left. So we have minus 3 cos 2t plus 2 cos square t. Over here cos 2t and under root of cos 2t, right? So this is what I have. Now what I will do? We will find dy by dx. So let's quickly find dy by dx. So what will I get? So it will be dy by dx. So dy term will be in the numerator and dx term will be in the denominator. So it will be cos square t sin t. You can see the denominators will get cancelled like this. So it will be cos square t sin t minus 3. Just observe, we have 2 cos square t over here. So for cos 2t, I will apply the formula in terms of cos. So what is the formula in terms of cos? It is 2 cos square t minus 1, right? So that we can solve this particular bracket easily, right? Similarly, for this particular thing, we will just write sin square t cos t, and over here, since it is sin square t, I will apply the formula of cos 2t in terms of sin, right? So it will be 3, 1 minus 2 sin square t plus 2 sin square t, right? Let's quickly solve the bracket. So over here we can cancel 1 and 1. So in the numerator I have cos, in the denominator I have sin, right? So this can be written as minus 6 cos square t plus 3 plus 2 cos square t. Then this will be 3 minus 6 sin square t plus 2 sin square t. Okay, now let's solve it. Let's see what we get. So over here, this is cos t. This will be minus 4 cos square t plus 3. And this will be sin t 3 minus 4 sin square t, right? Now let's multiply cos and sin with the bracket terms. So what we will get? We will get minus 4 cos cube t plus 3 cos t. Just try to recall any formula. 3 sin t minus 4 sin cube t. So we have in the numerator formula of cos 3t if I take minus sign common, right? So over here we can say minus cos 3t and here it is sin 3t. So answer will be minus cot 3t. So again, very important question. Make a note of it. Rewind the video and see the solution again. Very important question. So question number 8 of exercise 5.6. Now again what it has, x is in terms of t, y is in terms of t. So parametric form. So dx by dt will be a as it is, constant a. Then cos t, the derivative will be minus sin t. The derivative of t is 1. Log of x is 1 upon x, and chain rule holds true over here. The derivative for tan is 6 square t by 2 and derivative for t by 2 is 1 by 2. Over here dy by dt will be a cos t, right? Now let's quickly solve it up. We'll just write tan as sin upon cos and sec as 1 upon cos. So let's see what we get. We'll just simplify this. So it will be 1 up. This will be cos t by 2 upon sin t by 2, and this will be 1 upon cos square t by 2, and this 2 I'll just write here. So 1 of the value will get cancelled. So what will I get? A minus sin t plus 1 upon 2 sin t by 2 cos t by 2. So this is formula of what? This is the formula of, I'll just rewrite it again. So this is the formula for, we know is sine 2a, so it will be sine t. So again, if I take LCM, this will be minus sine square t plus 1 upon sine t. So 1 minus sine square t is cos square t upon sine t. So this is my dx by dt and dy by dt I know. So dy by dx will be a cos t upon a cos square t into sine t. So we will cancel 1. So it will be sine upon cos will be tan t, right? So this is how we will solve question number 8. I hope by now the things are clear and you are able to understand what exactly parametric form is and how we differentiate parametric form. Let's quickly do question number 9 also. So what we have in question number 9, it says we have x is equal to a sec theta, y is equal to b tan theta. So dx by d theta is a secant theta tan theta. The derivative for theta is 1 d theta by d theta. Similarly, dy by d theta, b secant square theta, again d theta by d theta. So if I divide and find dy by dx, what will I get? Dy by dx will be b secant square theta, a secant theta, tan theta. So it will be b by a secant theta upon tan theta, which we can change to sine and cos. So what we will get? We will get this as b upon a, 1 upon cos, and this will be sine upon cos. So it will get cancelled. So b upon a cosec theta you can write, or you can write it as b upon a sine theta, right? So what we have now, x is equal to a cos theta plus theta sine theta. Now if I differentiate, this is dx by d theta. So over here this is cos theta, so it will be minus sine theta. Over here observe, theta into sine theta. So two variables into multiplication, we can relate it to x sine x. So we will be using product rule. So theta as it is, the derivative for sine is cos, derivative for theta is d theta by d theta. Plus then the derivative for theta will be 1. And this will get cancelled. So what will I have? I'll have a theta cos theta. The same applies to this, dy by d theta. This is a sine theta, derivative is cos, minus theta as it is, derivative for cos is sine, and minus because we had minus sine over here. So derivative for theta is 1. So this will get cancelled. I'll have a theta sine theta. So what will be my dy by dx? Over here everybody has to be careful when you are applying the product rule, because the sign changes there. So next time over here if you are putting, there are chances that many of the students they put plus sign over there. So dy by dx is, it is a theta sine theta, dy is in the numerator and dx is in the denominator. So we will get tan theta. So this was the important point here, that we had two things in multiplication, so we had to use product rule. Then moving on to next question, again a very important question. This question has come in exam a couple of times, so make a note of it. Very important question. So this is a sine x is equal to a whole power sine inverse t, and the whole power is square root. Similarly, it is a cos inverse t. So what we will do, I really love this particular method. So what I'll do, I'll just write squaring both the sides. So it will be sine inverse t. Over here also a cos inverse t. Now what I'll do, I'll just multiply both. We will be making use of the properties of inverse, right? So you must have got it. Base is same, so powers are added. Sine inverse t plus cos inverse t. So powers are added, so we write it as pi by 2. So if we differentiate now, a pi by 2 being constant, the derivative will be 0. For the left hand side, I'll just use product rule. So it is 2x y square as it is plus 2y, the derivative for y is dy by dx, and x square as it is equal to 0, right? So dy by dx will come out to be as minus 2y square upon 2yx square. So we will just cancel and get answer as minus y by x, which we were supposed to prove. So with this we have completed all the exercise question of 5.6. So keep on revising and keep on following the tricks that I gave you while teaching. So in that way you will find mathematics very easy. Keep on practicing, stay at home, stay healthy, stay happy.